once again you start the goddamn podcast eating.
Yep. Because we're in my house and my rules, bitch. Also,
I don't think you're using that right.
My house, my rules.
Yeah, I don't think anyone invoked any rules. My house, my rules either implies that you're enforcing something on me or that you get to make a rule, but no rules were invoked.
Yes, there is. Rule 52. We'll never do the podcast. Only I'm the one that's allowed to eat.
That's not Rule 52, dude. You know there is a list of rules, right?
Excuse me, whose house is this? Mine. And whose rules are the house for? Mine. Therefore, who decides how many rules there are? Me.
I'm sorry, but the internet's already pegged these, dude. All the way up to
I
Rule 69.
I don't give a fuck what rules the internet made. That's the rules for the internet. There's rules
You
for
don't
my
care
house.
about Rule 34? I don't believe you.
You know what? If it's shit that is imposed on me in my own house, then yes, I do not care about that.
Rule 34 imposes on everyone in every house. Don't you pretend it doesn't.
Anyway, for context, this is day 2 of recording. Yesterday we got very heated and got distracted by roommates. So this is day 2. And
This is day 2 of us just going over, what we watched.
no, stop, no.
I mean, yeah.
No.
Yeah.
You can save all of that for the next podcast.
No, that's how I'm going to introduce Juju.
There is like an hour of us arguing. We're not going to.
Okay, but you haven't seen these, and I just wanted to finish what I saw.
Okay. Unironically then, I have to make that its own podcast because I'm not sitting down and doing that. We can do a whole new podcast.
I mean, I could literally just read them out.
We can. If you do that, we are stopping the recording and we're making this a whole new podcast. I'm not even joking.
So one podcast is going to be 15 seconds long.
No, one podcast is going to be an hour and 12 minutes long. So that's how long we were arguing for.
Okay, but this would just be me reading these out. They're already in a list.
Okay.
It's what I watched.
Oh, if that's the case, then this is going to be a new podcast. I hope you know that.
Okay, Scissor 7 Season 3, pretty dang good. Mob Psycho Season 2, pretty dang good.
So you're okay with this being...
Kotaro Lives Alone.
Hold on.
Not worth watching.
Hold on. I'm assuming that's an acknowledgement of this is going to be a whole new episode separate from that one.
No, I think you're a dumbass, and I'm going to continue forward anyways to prove you wrong.
Alex.
Skeleton Knight in Another World.
Okay. I don't care what you say.
So far.
I don't care what you say. I'm going to make this a separate episode. I'm going to make that whole separate episode.
I don't think we covered Romantic Killer. Romantic Killer is pretty solid. I'd recommend it. And
also, want you to know,
finally, Super Cooks on Netflix. It's just alright. Okay. They're better superhero anime.
I want to acknowledge the thing of, yes, maybe you like listening to people argue about nonsense for a fucking hour, but people, when I put the title, this is a Jujutsu Kaisen review, and it's an hour of us talking about nothing, and potentially maybe 30, 45 minutes of us talking about the review, and the argument is longer than the actual review itself. People get upset about that. Right?
I'm not arguing with you.
Okay. You did go ahead and say no.
It's done. The list is done, and it wasn't an hour-long podcast. And I was right. You're a dumbass for thinking it was gonna be.
No, Alex. You do realize, if I put it together, yesterday's recording was an hour long. I'm putting that together with this piece. So yes, there will be an hour of us doing that.
Sure.
You know that, right?
Sure.
So that's why I wanted to jump just straight into the. Oh, whatever. Let's just talk about.
You realize we left.
Let's just talk about Jujutsu Kaisen review. Jujutsu Kaisen show.
Yeah. So we left off bringing up Jujutsu Kaisen because it was the next thing on the list of things I had.
All right, then let's just talk about Jujutsu Kaisen because it's going to be long.
Finally, rounding out my list, Juju Zero.
You're such a stubborn bitch. I fucking hate you. Whatever. Juju Zero. Let's go.
I don't get why.
Can we no, stop. Stop. You stop. Can we please talk about Jujutsu Zero, please? You can go past me after the podcast.
I've already moved on to it. I don't know what you're doing,
okay, then
dude.
You're
going off on
Zero.
nothing.
Then Jujutsu Zero. What do you think of it? Go.
I think it's alright.
That's all you have to say about the Jujutsu Zero.
You asked me what I thought about it.
Okay,
you cannot. No. You play stupid games, you get stupid fucking rewards. Same thing. You ask a stupidly broad question, you get a stupidly broad answer. You don't get a bitch about that answer.
Elaborate on what the fuck.
No, first, how'd you feel about it? I actually do like starting with a broad answer and then narrowing down.
Okay, then.
I don't get what you have against it.
Then elaborate.
So,
all I ask is that
I'm starting broad, and I want your broad answer, and then we can elaborate.
I like the movie. There. Please elaborate.
There we go. I did too. I liked it.
Cool. Elaborate, fucker. Jesus Christ.
What do you want me to elaborate on? Elaborate, fucker, is a command, not a prompt and not a question.
What about it did you like?
A lot of the same things I like about the show. Solid animation. I think the music was a little bit over the top. It was really good. It just was a bit distracting. It was like too good, or it was like not too good. Isn't the right way to say it. It was like when a movie or a TV show. What are you doing?
I'm making sure my notifications.
It was like when a movie uses really well-known songs. It was distracting like that. It kept putting the song at like forefront as the main thing going on, which I think is the wrong choice to have done. But it was always good music, so it was nice. It was nice.
I'm not gonna lie, I was so enthralled by everything else happening. I don't even think I noticed the music. I was too distracted on Gojo beating on a black man.
As a fan of the manga, I'm surprised by how much extra little stuff they put in while missing some of the basic important stuff. Like they missed. So this will come back around. So I told you I had stuff to say about this specifically with its narrative, and I gave you the hint sword. That's gonna come back around later.
You don't want to address it now?
No, because that's gonna get into plot stuff, and right now we're just talking about general thoughts and feelings. So I think it's a little bit weird that they didn't do some of the character setup as right or in depth, while going so extra on some of the little character moments that weren't as nearly a big focus in the fucking one volume manga that it's based on. Yeah. Those are my elaborated thoughts and feelings. What are your elaborated thoughts and feelings?
I liked the overall story of it. I think it was fun. It was entertaining. Watching Gojo beat up on a black man was funny. I'm glad the hour-long argument me and my friends had led to us watching the sub rather than the... oh my god.
You suck at setting my notifications off.
I thought it turned it off. God damn it. Okay, I don't know why it was not switched to not vibrate, but whatever, I guess. Yeah, I'm glad that my friend, our single friend who was very adamant on watching it.
Who?
Huh?
Who?
You want me to name names?
Yeah, we usually do anyway.
You don't know him though, and I don't know who he wants. I don't think he cares. He's one of my live streaming friends, but he doesn't live stream or make content.
What's his username?
African Mustard.
There we go. Let's call him that.
There we go. African Mustard convinced us to watch it dubbed because he was very, very adamant on not watching it subbed. I was indifferent.
I would normally be in full support, but I mean, anyone who's heard our talk about Juju knows that I prefer the sub over the dub for the Juju cast. I was disappointed by the dub performance.
I'm not gonna lie.
I haven't seen this movie in dub yet, and this movie has like half a cast that's different from the
Yeah.
from the main show.
I
So
thought the
dub might have been the right choice here, but I well normally I'd appreciate your friend making you watch the dub. This is one where I would have told it's okay to watch sub because the cast consistency.
to be fair, he's fairly new to anime and he's only watching dub stuff. So that's why he was just like, I don't get why you guys are
As
watching.
well, he should.
I mean,
Like I said,
yeah.
I'm almost always a dub over sub guy.
Yeah. So I don't. He's not like a lot of us where he's watched anime for a long time. He's like just getting into it. So he's just like, for me, for God's sake of God, please let's watch a dub. And we're like, oh fine, whatever. Which
Also,
my
honestly, it's a better experience anyways. I hate watching something subbed for the first time, especially a movie.
fair.
It takes away from every scene you're ever watching.
Yeah. Also, with the dub, there's just something. I mean, this might have been just because the people who I went with were either predominantly black or predominantly had a experience that was heavily influenced by black people. But there's just something funny. It's something funny about going with just a bunch of niggas and ghetto constantly just calling everybody who's inferior to them just monkeys, and everyone just being baffled by that and being like, "Bro, come on." I will admit, half of the experience of why I love this is also just going with the people I went. Cause cause like I can sit there with you, it'd be like a passing joke. I don't even think we make a joke about it. I don't think we would.
There won't be much of a thing to joke about.
It's just something funny, and it was the dude who's like new to anime too, just like, oh, these damn monkeys. Like, what are you saying? They go racist. It was the whole like.
What would he be racist?
Well, he's using monkeys in the derogatory term, and he's just like, bro, come on, man. That's racist.
Nearly every culture on Earth uses monkey as a derogatory term, and only one very small subsection in the United States uses it as a racist thing.
Yeah, but like,
and that got changed
if I'm
culturally more into gorilla than monkey.
If I'm being brutally honest, the people I went to, with the exception of one person who is not fully Americanized, has a very, very little experience outside of their own in terms of American experiences. So there's that. They're not like, I can acknowledge that. Like, yeah, there's a lot of people that use monkey in a derogatory term. And I realize, like I said, if I was with you, and then when I didn't even think about it until he said something, like I was like, oh, it's just called a monkey. And he made a point. I'm like, what are you tripping about? And he's just like, bro, fucking monkeys, really? And I'm like, I didn't think about it.
I mean, also, it's weird that they interpret it as a racist thing, given that in the anime, it's not directed towards black people for 99.9% of the time the term is used.
It was also
directed towards Asian people.
It was also mostly a joke. I think.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah.
That is candy. Anyways, but overall, yeah. There's one thing I was kind of confused about in terms of the movie. I don't know if we want to jump into character things all of a sudden, but like.
Well, first finish what you liked, and then we'll jump into character stuff.
Oh, I like the character that they follow. Like funny enough, I read ahead in the
manga.
Yeah, and wait, did you read any of the manga? No.
Nope.
Oh, never mind.
I have not read far ahead of.
Oh shit! Okay, well,
in as our friend Derek puts it, I stopped reading the manga right before the manga picked up and got interesting.
I think I know what he's talking about. Which, to be fair, I think it's gonna be like, because where'd you leave off in the manga?
Volume 10 or 11.
What do you remember the last thing that happened?
No. We've
Okay.
covered this before. This is not how human brains work. Sorry.
Yeah,
No,
but
bruh.
you're you. You're going like completely different from like normal people. So I assume that you may have remembered.
Nah.
Damn. The one thing that's normal about you.
And I don't want to. That was the entire purpose of me stopping to read. The anime was so much better, I didn't want the manga to spoil my anime experience.
I mean, fair, I guess.
Although, look how that turned out with Demon Slayer. There's not much to spoil for that anymore. It spoiled itself.
Wait, what do you mean? Wait.
Dude, our most recent Demon Slayer talks have been hugely negative. You realize this, right?
Oh. Okay, I see. No, I see what you mean. Yeah.
I don't mean it spoiled as in it ruined its plot, like it spoiled the plot. I mean it spoiled like it went rotten.
Oh, I don't think we still view it.
Literally everything I enjoyed about the writing in season 1 has been destroyed.
This is not
I know.
This is not Demon Slayer, so I'm not gonna get into that.
No, it is Juju, the main competitor to Demon Slayer. Don't pretend it's not.
I don't know. That's saying that.
It's basically called the Demon Slayer again.
I'm not saying that. Chainsaw Man exists now, so I mean, like, pop it off pretty hard. Attack on Titan still exists.
Attack on Titan is a joke, so don't even. And
at least in terms of fan base, My Hero Academia still exists.
And Chainsaw Man, yeah, is another Demon Slayer. Yeah, just like Juju and Demon Slayer. Yeah, they're the trinity of Demon Slayers right now. Yeah, like they all have plots focused around slaying demons. Yeah. Yep. All three of them have the exact same plot.
Oh my god, it's just a new shonen.
No, it's not the new shonen. It's the new zombie. It's the new zombie craze.
No, I said this is the new shonen trope.
I mean, yeah, but it's always been the shonen trope. You realize that shonen as old as time are all about demon slaying. Even as far back as Inuyasha.
What was Inuyasha? And then there's like Bleach, the kind of but One Piece isn't like that. Neither is Naruto, really.
Naruto is, yes.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
It's not about slaying demons.
It is absolutely about hunting down and slaying inhuman monsters, yes.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
I'm sorry, who's the main villain? How do they characterize the main villain?
Wait, that depends on where in Naruto you consider them.
I've only seen original Naruto. I haven't seen Shippuden yet, but all of original Naruto is focused on one villain, and only one villain. This is not a hard thing to think about.
Orochimaru?
Yeah.
He's not a demon.
Yes, he is.
No, he's not.
No, he is.
Not.
Okay,
no,
yeah, no, fuck off, fuck off. He
no.
is explicitly dehumanized at every turn. The things they call him are demon. Like they literally, whenever he comes and fights, they literally call him a demon. They literally call him an inhuman monster. Yes, and they describe what he does to people as making demons.
Well, Shippuden isn't like that. So
well, fuck. Shippuden isn't Naruto. There's only one Naruto.
I don't.
There are like 13 sequel Narutos, but there's only one Naruto original.
There's 13 sequel Narutos.
There's Naruto, and then there's Naruto Shippuden, and Naruto whatever the fuck, and
there's only
Naruto's son, Boruto's father.
There's only Naruto, Shippuden, and Boruto.
And there's the remake coming out.
Well,
that'll be a second Naruto.
That's technically fourth Naruto.
No, that's second Naruto. The others are sequels to Naruto, and thus not Naruto. Naruto Shippuden is not Naruto, just like Dragon Ball Z is not Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball Z is not a Dragon Ball. Sorry.
My thing is what do you gain from doing this?
Gain from doing what?
Like, you could easily just call it the Naruto series and then just differentiate
Sure, you can call it the Dragon Ball series.
Oh, okay. Right. Shut up.
Hi, Kitty Cat. Hi, Sunbear. Hi.
Alright, Juju. Don't forget to completely fucking
Juju.
Yeah.
I mean, there's something you want to talk about. Characters?
Oh, well, there was a thing that
Uh-huh.
maybe you can elaborate for
Sure.
me because I didn't get it.
Is it swords?
No,
Interesting.
it's
Okay,
yelling.
go. It's yelling.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
So like towards the end, right,
Uh-huh.
where Yuta, that's his name, right? Main character boy
Sure.
in this one.
Uh-huh.
Yuta, he's going against Geto.
Uh-huh. Sure.
And he's like going off with his own spiritual energy and shit.
Uh-huh.
Not spiritual, cursed energy. Sorry, I'm thinking of Bleach. Cursed energy.
Yeah, it's all the same. Don't worry. It's all the same trope being recycled over and over and over again.
People will create.
Might as well just call it chi, honestly. I'm just...
Okay, well, no, people.
It is. It's chi.
But people will crucify us if we say it differently.
If they try, they're just being dumbasses.
People will go into the little details of what's different between chi and spiritual energy and cursed energy. And I honestly,
good point. Calling it anything other than chi is just a way of saying I don't want to explain chi.
I thought you like whatever. Anyways, so he was so he has his like curse thing, which is the big fucking that comes out of him.
He has his childhood best friend and fiance.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. But he's also was able to use a microphone to be able to copy.
What are you getting at?
How?
How is explained very well and succinctly. How? Okay, there's an entire character that explained this to you. There's an entire character in this movie and in the main series, and it's the same character in both, who is explicitly used to explain this concept in both this movie and in that show. What character can't use curse energy?
Beauty? No.
Spear Girl, who has to wear the glasses to see.
Yes.
So, what does she do to fight curses? She uses items imbued with curse energy.
But didn't he create it out of thin air? I swear.
No.
He didn't.
He brought it to the fight.
Did he?
Yes.
You sure he did? I swear.
Yes.
I swear.
No, you're making shit up then. In your head.
No, that's what we're...
It didn't come from thin air. He went and got a weapon, and it's a weapon. Yeah, he picked up some shit.
No.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to fight it. That makes sense, and that's the most logical thing because that makes sense.
They set up him going to get it. Yeah.
I'm not trying to fight back.
Then stop interrupting while I'm explaining.
Well, no, because
the fight happened at the school where all the weapons are.
No, stop. This is what I don't want. This is not going on. I don't want hostility from you. I'm genuinely trying to figure out because I'm coming to you because I don't know.
And I answered.
Don't do that, though.
Well, that's the answer.
Don't yell at me, though. Don't yell at me, though. I don't want that.
Isaiah, okay, then no yelling then. Then I'll approach it a different way. Hey, Isaiah, where did the fight take place?
At school.
Uh-huh. Hey, Isaiah, where do they keep the weapons? Yes.
Okay. Stop.
Isaiah, where is the only base we've ever seen in either the show or the movie for the spirit sorcerers?
Listen, I'm gonna need
The school.
Listen.
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 Isaiah, where explicitly was the fight taking place? In fact, what did they reference mid-fight?
Listen,
where did he get his sword? The armory. The armory.
Stop,
the fight was explicitly taking place right outside the armory. In what field? Where did it take place? In the training yard. In the training yard.
This is what I don't want. I literally didn't want this, and you said fuck you.
Well, you stopped answering my question, so I had to answer.
In fact, you need to recognize my feelings. I need you to.
You ever say the word empath again and aren't referencing Mob Psycho? I'm going to take this milk I'm drinking and I'm going to pour into each of your eye sockets.
Why would you do that? That's so mean.
I'll use the straw to do it.
Honestly, I just feel like you're not acknowledging my feelings and making this space. I'm one of your orbiters. You need to take care of me. I'm sorry. No one will get that reference, but whatever. Anyways, okay. Well, if it's a weapon, then that would make
it's
sense.
a weapon, and it's a weapon that's so powerful it destroys itself with you.
No. That would make sense. That would make sense. It's just in context when watching it, we didn't know we got that, so we were just sitting there fucking confused as shit. Like, what the fuck?
This also gets to some of the extra stuff they put in, though. I wanted to go back and check, but I forgot to. I'm pretty sure that was new to the anime.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a explicit theme around... In the manga, so we're about to get to swords, alright? We're about to get to swords.
Okay.
So, you brought it up. So, you inadvertently did bring up swords.
Why are you mad at me?
Because you said it wasn't. You said it wasn't swords, but it was swords.
I didn't know! I don't get what you mean by swords!
Yeah, okay, so, did you read the manga?
Why do you know?
Okay, so in the manga... Hey, do you want an explanation or not?
I do, it's so mean!
Isaiah, because you lied to me. You said it wasn't swords, and then the thing you brought up was explicitly swords.
I didn't know.
Isaiah. Okay, so Isaiah.
Why'd you do this to me?
Isaiah, what are you doing? What are you doing? It's swords time.
I got a message. Oh, okay.
Why turn off the notifications if you're gonna check for them anyways? You are such a fucking...
Because I have roommates, and I need to communicate when we're being too fucking loud, you dipshit. Jesus.
Where are you going?
I'm closing the doors because they told me to close the door.
That's fair.
Which I feel like, given how loud we are, it's very fucking understandable. And I'm only not too upset because he doesn't work tomorrow, so... Anyways.
Swords. So, in the manga, there was an explicit kind of arc. There's a setup and payoff where swords. What weapon was main character boy trained to use?
Oh, right, he used swords! I'm so sorry. I forgot he used swords. For some reason, I thought he just fought with the demon girl. Oh, I'm so sorry.
So, in the manga, there was this thing that paid off, and they paid lip service to it in the movie without actually setting it up. So, in the manga, there's a struggle. The kid is clearly very powerful.
Yeah.
He's so powerful that he keeps breaking objects that he tries to imbue with curse energy.
Mm-hmm.
And the training montage that basically skipped a bunch of time to like when he was super proficient with like everything.
Yeah.
In the manga, the low end of that, where he was learning, was covered a bit more in depth.
Mm-hmm.
And they set up the fact that he kept breaking things by imbuing them with too much of the curse of what's her face's cursed energy.
Mm-hmm.
So the idea was that he had a problem with breaking swords.
Okay.
And that ended up paying off when he does that in the fight with the main villain, and then pulls a like just socks him in the face. He just pulls that out. This did that scene, but without the setup. And then, like, in the moment, they had the villain be like, "If you imbue too much curse energy, you'll just break your sword." And then he punched him. So they did it like all at once, and it was lame, and it was bad. It was a bad moment. It was a bit of a lame moment, especially compared to the manga, because there wasn't the setup for it. Even though There's no reason they couldn't have, especially with all the extra shit they decided to add for the fire. It also would have been a great tie-in to the other things, like the microphone that he used. The fact that he'd have to be imbuing a lot of curse energy into it in order to get it to work, given that's not his specialty, would explain why it broke after he used it. But they didn't set up before his use of it, so when it just kind of disintegrated in his hands, there doesn't seem to be a real reason for that. Like the closest implication you could probably come to is that maybe it's kind of like how whenever the cursed speech user uses their vocal cords for that, it damages their vocal cords. But that's not what happened to the microphone. The microphone disintegrated.
Yeah, I think that's kind of what threw me off too, was the disintegration.
Yeah,
and like which
was supposed to be explained.
Yeah,
They're supposed to be set up as imbuing something with too much curse energy fucks it up. Okay. Destroys it.
But since we don't have that explanation, that seemed kind of...
Well, that's the thing. They gave the explanation, but after that scene. So it was fucking bad.
All right, okay.
That's my complaint.
Okay,
Swords was my complaint.
Okay,
They didn't explain. So in the manga, he kept breaking swords in his training. He had a problem not breaking swords.
Yeah.
And that was kind of like his time limiter for how long he could be in a fight.
Yeah.
His sword would break because he was imbuing with too much curse energy. They didn't set that up in this at all, and then just had him breaking all of his weapons in the end. And didn't explain it until like one throwaway line by the villain whose payoff was just a sucker punch.
Okay. That makes...
So that was my complaint.
Okay.
That was my main narrative complaint.
Okay, that's actually a pretty understandable point, because like then you get into issues of being like, what the fuck, what, all that shit, and being a little confused. But like that makes sense. Okay, that's actually a pretty respectable like fucking thing to miss. Which is, now that you say it and explain it, it's pretty kind of integral to like kind of setting a few stuff up. Which
it is. It's very integral setting some stuff up. No, don't look. Don't do it.
I have to.
You are what's wrong with society.
Bro, if
you're dirty little internet social media hog.
Bro, I'm only doing it because we are downstairs. My roommates are upstairs. Mm-hmm. If my roommates tell me shut the fuck up, I gotta shut the fuck up. Sorry.
Did they tell you shut the fuck up?
No, it was somebody else. But I thought they did. So, Anyways.
So yeah, that's it.
Okay.
I think the music was not used to the best of its ability, and I think that they messed up a fairly integral little plot point, and that's everything. I have one other complaint. I have one other minor complaint. Mm-hmm. It wasn't sad.
Was the manga sad?
Yeah. The manga is like depressing. I loved it.
I will admit, this does not feel sad.
They fucked up the vibe really hard. And part of it is that music. The music was trying way too hard to be like an AMV every time it came on. The music was going too hard and was too high. And I get that they were doing it for fight scenes and stuff, but those fight scenes weren't supposed to be hype. I feel like they know everyone liked the fight scenes in the anime so much, and then built a hype train into the movie with their extra production value.
I will say,
but that was never why we liked the fight scenes in the anime.
That is true. I feel like
they're hype because they were intense, not because they were fun.
Although I feel like they did it for people like the people I was going with friends with, who like
but that sucks.
I don't.
That sucks for like a bunch of different reasons for this particular narrative. This is supposed to be the narrative, an intimate narrative about a character who we basically are supposed to think dies. And it's like the main story is all tragedy focused. It's boy with tragic past, whose best friend was a girl with a tragic past, has that girl die and become a curse, curses his entire life into being an even more tragic past, and then he goes to this one place where he might be accepted. He isn't accepted and has a fucking tragic time training. He is unable to imbue things with his energy without cursing and breaking them. Everything he touches, the theme is supposed to be everything he touches dies, is destroyed. His friends, his family, his weapons even. They're unstable. Everything in his life is unstable. His whole thing is that even though his friends want to be close to him and respect him, even they are kept at a arm's length distance because he's cursed, literally.
Okay, I get what you mean. So,
and then the reveal is supposed to be even more tragic. He wasn't cursed. He cursed his fucking girlfriend to being a curse, and then dragged her against her will from being in the afterlife to murdering things for years, for like a decade.
Ooh, I'm not gonna lie, that's not the vibe I got.
I know, because the movie didn't fucking set that vibe.
Even with the ending, it felt more of like, instead of like he dragged her, it felt more of like she was always wanting there to be like the protector of it, and always wanted to do that.
Yeah, except for it's not. It's supposed to be. So he dragged her from being able to experience the afterlife into being cursed to defend him against his own loneliness forever. And then he grew resentful of her for what he did to her.
So okay, this might be another I'm forgetting what should happen just because it was a while because I saw it in theaters. There was a ring scene, right? Was that also in the manga? I swear to God there was a ring scene.
Yeah, but the manga, I always thought it was supposed to be like a toy ring, so but maybe it was. Maybe I could have always been mistaken just because they were kids. Maybe she did steal like her parents' ring or something. But yeah.
Okay.
I think so.
Okay. I'm about to say. Okay.
I'm pretty sure the ring was the catalyst too, in that too. I don't remember quite as much. Maybe it was a necklace or something, but it was something like that.
I think from what I remember, I think it was. Was it part of the curse? I don't think so.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I think it was. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. Yeah. All right. Okay. Yeah. If the manga is supposed to be sad, they definitely went with the more.
The manga was depressing.
Yeah.
It was tragic. Like the manga made my coworkers sad when I had them read it.
You know, that makes me want to read. That makes me want to read the manga now and come back to this and see how it compares to the movie.
You totally should.
I feel like I should.
Because I was expecting I was hoping to cry at another anime. I was hoping, sorry to compare it to Demon Slayer, but for like a Mugen Train crying scene at the end. I was hoping to tear up.
Did you cry at Mugen? Oh, you did?
Yeah, I cried at two separate times.
Oh, that's right, because I turned to you and smiled. I'm like, yeah, you feel my pain, don't you?
I cried. I cried at a couple different moments in that, and it made me tear up 2 or 3 times. It made me actually almost cry in one full scene. That's exceedingly rare. But Mugen Train. I was hoping for that from this. I was hoping with all the reveals at the end that it was going to hit really fucking hard. That they're going to linger on the pain of it. And then the extra stuff they added for the anime didn't just take away from that, because the vibe was fucked up and super hype and super happy, and they pulled the rug out from under us way too quick, and then immediately put the rug back under when he was like, oh yeah, by the way, you're not actually cursed to die with her now. The manga, that hit hard. It was like, you're given this internal experience for him where it's not a happy I'm going to the afterlife. He made a deal with the devil to get dragged to hell with his curse friend. He didn't think he was going to the afterlife with her. He thought he was being dragged to hell with her.
Wait, so is he supposed to be gone by this?
The manga, yeah, so check this out. how I remember the manga is the manga left me not knowing whether he lived or died, but I had the distinct impression that something tragic happened with him and that he wasn't around and he was either straight up a villain or dead. Because remember, when we're introduced to the other student who isn't around in their class, it's a sore point for Spear Girl in the main show. When they try and ask about the other student who used to attend in their class, it's a sore point for them. They're not on speaking terms at the bare minimum. He's either dead or gone. So my assumption, based on the end of the manga, was that he was either like tragically died or he ended up following the villain into becoming the new villain or something. And I never got to see that payoff. I haven't read ahead, so I don't know if there's a payoff for that. But this anime fucks that really hard by giving us the happy-go-lucky post-credit scenes with the bad guys just chilling and eating and all liking each other.
I will say this now, without giving any spoilers. That change makes sense, but now also makes me worried for season 2. Season 2? We're still in season 2, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think we had a part 1, part 2 for season 1.
Yeah, we did. What could possibly change in the upcoming season?
I don't know, but I haven't read ahead, so
I hope they don't. I really hope they don't. But the changes, depending on direction to go, makes sense, and I'd be very interested to know when Manga Zero came out in relation to the actual manga series itself.
Manga Zero, we got it at the bookstore about the same time we were getting volume 9 in.
Okay, whatever chapter. Okay, that'd be very. Okay, that's interesting. That's interesting.
If I'm remembering correctly, that's about the time we got it in.
Is that like the official release of it, or is that when like you?
I assume so.
Okay, that's.
It had popped off by that point, so I'm pretty sure we were getting each one as they came in at that point.
Okay, that's an
assumption I'm making.
That is interesting. That's all. That's mostly what I'll say about it. It's just interesting.
But yeah, so yeah, the manga I always felt more tragic, and like the soft point it ended on with him not actually having to go to hell was less of a happy now he gets to be with his friends moment and more of a really sad moment. Like some part of him wanted to go to hell to punish himself for everything, and he didn't get to go to hell, and also he was stuck with his cursed life.
It's kind of like those moments in Demon Slayer where people get sent to hell and
kind of. So, but like there, it felt just. I interpreted it as being way more sad with the manga. I interpreted like every blow as like a really sorrowful moment. He discovers that he cursed his friend. His friend has been like this blood-hungry, murderous thing for years and years, and it's all because of him. And also, when she disappears, it doesn't feel like she's going to heaven.
Just because of all the people she's murdered and shit.
Yeah, she's been explicitly forced to like murder. Like at the best, I think at the best she's disappearing. Like,
yeah, she's
not going anywhere.
Yeah, it's like you are just gonna not exist.
The anime makes it feel like she went to heaven.
Yeah.
And it's
you can tell with at least with the movie, they definitely went with the more general audience. We're gonna appease these type of thing, whatever. But like
also there was like a double tragedy. So like, okay, the manga also focused on Goju's sadness a lot more. Goju killed his best friend. And the anime kind of just skips over that. It like
I can't.
does it, and it focuses on it for a second, but only a second, and then Goju goes back to being happy-go-lucky and
Okay.
telling them, revealing all the happy stuff afterwards. Like,
Okay. Again, this is another reason why I would like to know when that came out in relation to the manga, because depending on that, it would the changes, at least for where they would want to go with the anime after it getting popular, makes sense. And makes me like that's why I said makes me wonder what changes could come, because there's a lot of things where like knowing ahead and knowing certain things that makes way more sense, but also at the same time makes me question a lot of things. I can't. That's all I can say without like really going into it though. Maybe when we get to that point,
we'll look
and
back and have a discussion about it.
yes,
Where to deviate? Yeah.
or at least
also, I may be able to talk about it soon.
Are you gonna read ahead?
Derek really, really wants me to.
Is he paying you to read ahead? Oh my god, he is!
He's not explicitly paying me to.
But there's there's a reward.
There's a deal involved.
Do you care to make this deal public?
Sure. It's a media for media deal.
Oh no. What's the media you want him to watch or consume? What's the media you want him to consume?
I got Star Citizen's part of it, but not the biggest part.
Okay.
So part of it was I got to dictate the order he watches shit, which is important because he's currently still on his Star Wars and Star Trek catch-up journey, and he was gonna do things out of order in a way that would have been detrimental to his viewing experience. So, in exchange for getting to influence the order he caught up on stuff, and him getting into and playing Star Citizen, I will catch up with Juju now, so that he can talk about it with me.
Okay. Well then we might revisit Juju.
We might
A lot
revisit
sooner than we
Juju
did.
soon, especially if we're gonna start talking about manga every other podcast. So.
Yeah, that is true. Although with the system that we have in place, we either A, have to do it by volume, in which
Or by
case,
set of volume.
Huh?
Or by sets of volume.
Or by sets of
If
volume.
we, honestly, I think the best way to do it would be by sets of 3, just like most omnibus editions of things. Do 3 volumes at a time, so like 9 chapters, whatever.
We do what? Do...
Like most omnibuses or like collections of things do it in like 3 volume segments. So like, the Colossal edition of Attack on Titan.
Okay, I get it.
Is comprised of volumes 1, 2, and 3.
Okay, I get it.
And then volume 2 of it is volumes 4, 5, and 6, and so on and so on.
Right,
the same thing with like Shaman King and Dragon Ball and Naruto. They're typically built into 3-in-1s for their omnibus editions.
Think.
So if we did like 3 volumes at a time, I think that would make more sense, especially since that would cover. Similarly, it would cover like a similar length to a season of anime.
Actually, that would make sense because I was thinking we could do that for the manga we were going to talk about next, Kaiju number 8.
Yeah. And we could like cover the first 3 volumes worth it.
Yeah, and I think that goes up to chapter 27, so that actually works.
Yeah.
Which is good.
Yeah, that would work really well actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
We could just talk about the first 3 volumes.
Yeah, because I'm like a little ahead of that, so that works.
And I'm way ahead of that.
I know you're way fucking ahead.
I'm at chapter 68, so
I know you are.
out of 68, so
yeah. I guess my only other thing was I kind of wish, and this is something that I wish it had, but I also understand like there's just no time, and it's just not the focus of what that story was telling, but like I kind of wish we got more of the like whole like invasion thing going on, but also like I get that's not the story. I also know that's not the story though.
oddly enough, we got way more in this than was in the manga.
Really? Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
a lot more. Also a lot less. So in the manga, it's framed as being even bigger and more horrific an incident, but at the same time, explicitly showing less of it.
Okay.
And I'm not really a fan. I liked the battle scenes that we got to see, but
Gojo fucked up that nigga. I'm sorry.
But I had a problem with it too. The manga paces that battle as being intense and dangerous. The anime made it look like they were all superheroes taking out zombies.
I'm not gonna lie. If that battle was supposed to be set them as intense and shit,
that
anime made it so fucking one-sided. Holy
I know.
shit!
That was supposed to be one side in the other direction. I want you to know. That was supposed to be they were all going to possibly their final battle.
That's what it. Because I'm not gonna lie, they made it feel like that beforehand.
Yeah, and then they just superhero it up.
Because Ghetto comes in and no one detects him at all. Yep. That's nearly impossible to do at a fucking sorcerer school like that. So that just sets up this man is on some fucking crazy shit. That man
actually, that's set up though.
I know, but I'm saying
so it's not set up in the anime.
Okay. Stop.
They reversed in the anime where they made it more obvious.
You're doing this a lot. Please let me finish, and then you can say that. Okay, but in the anime context, they set it up like Ghetto is this fucking badass motherfucker who just is randomly for some reason breaking fucking barriers and shit. But then the anime just makes but then the fight scene is just everyone getting in control. I get Gojo's fucking intensely strong, but if that is supposed to be their last battle, and they set it up as okay, he's bringing thousands and thousands of fucking cursed spirits and shit, and this is our final thing.
Why is Gojo powerful?
I can't.
No. Just based off what I already know, how have they framed his power for us? Where the show is.
Oh, okay.
Because for me, with my limited experience with Gojo's power, he's powerful in a very specific context. And that context seems to be one-on-one. He has the ultimate ability to imprison people in his zone, right? He has ultimate power. But the ultimate power is specific. And you're not supposed to see him throwing his power around like he does in this.
I was about to say. Okay.
In this, he was throwing around Kamehamehas.
I will say, well, to be fair, we've seen him throw a Kamehameha equivalent thing. That purple fusion thing was pretty fucking detrimental.
But that's the thing, we don't see him throw a Kamehameha, we see him throw a spirit bomb. We see him throw the collective energies of a whole planet.
I want you to understand.
Mm-hmm.
Are you stating that the spirit bomb is bigger than the Kamehameha?
Yeah.
Okay.
1,000,000%.
Okay.
I'm saying that the level that he threw in the show is not the level he threw in the movie. In the movie, he was throwing around grenades, where he should be throwing railgun nukes. It's his power isn't supposed to be. It's not supposed to be normal. It's supposed to be alien.
Well,
it's supposed to be infinite and terrifying.
Well, then, see, now that bothers me because
not just powerful and pedestrian.
Well, no, that's what bothers me because I will give a little tiny bit spoiler, but I feel like you already knew that because they kind of set it up in the anime already. Mm-hmm. But for someone who's read ahead, I get it. I see Gojo in that fight. I'm like, I get it. I get what Gojo is, and I get
Yeah, but that's supposed. I got the feeling that's not supposed to come until later, though. That we're not supposed to know how OP he is yet. It's supposed to be part of the explicit build-up.
Okay. New potential theory. I wonder because would you say? And I feel like this makes sense, and if not, correct me because I could be wrong. Would you say that like when a manga gets picked up and it's animated and it gets pretty good traction, that the manga sales for that will also rise along with the popularity for the anime?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I feel like maybe, just off the cuff, maybe, that with the super big popularity Jujutsu Kaisen got and the obvious manga sales that would come with it, that I feel like they made this assuming people at least read ahead to.
My understanding
What
is
would
yes,
be-
they did.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's-
My understanding based on what Derek said when it first came out was that I was not getting something out of the manga that he got where he was.
Because I'm gonna.
Maybe it came out even later. Maybe it came out closer to volume 14 or something because Derek seemed to have a lot more knowledge about something that the manga referenced when the manga came out than I did.
When the manga Zero came out?
Yeah.
That. Fuck, now I shouldn't. Fuck. I really wish I know this was more of an impromptu thing, but now I really wish I read Manga Zero for this. Because knowing how much he knows and knowing where like we are relatively, that makes me want to know what that is. And if that's the case, then I'd be very interested to see. Because honestly, if I'm being completely honest, a lot of what happens, at least in this anime movie, without saying anything in particular, feels like it's giving certain hints to what season 3 is going to be. I'm going to be completely honest.
They also upped the power a lot more in this one. So
that's what I feel like. That's also a setup for season 3.
He is very powerful, and the manga makes it clear how powerful. But he was like isekai protagonist powerful.
Yeah.
At the end of this movie, and the manga didn't feel like that.
I mean, that man.
The manga does not. He's not like whipping out like 32 million different types of special super attack. He's not specialized in everyone's fucking spirit powers and also able to perform. It's not at that level.
I will say though, it was nice to see the moment that was referenced for Best Boy at the beginning of the season, and being like, okay, so this is where he got his fucking legend. Yeah. Cool, nice. Honestly, you know what? Okay, I have to bring it up because I never thought it's something I never thought of that I would like, or like a certain aspect to see, because you know how people have like, top 10 fucking like top 10 fights or like top 10 emotional scenes. Yeah. I never, for some reason, it never dawned on me of having like my most favorite beatdown scene. I think Gojo has one of just my favorite beatdown scenes.
Which one?
You know the one he's just throwing hands. He's just throwing hands. The beautifully animated, just.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and just like going off and shit. I don't know what it is about that, but I like after the movie, I think I watched it like 75 more times.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
Yeah. Although I like the small point of. It was obviously a troll, but a small point of anime for you to be like, oh, wow.
You'd like martial arts anime, dude. You should watch more martial arts anime.
No, I know I would like more martial arts anime. I want to watch more martial arts anime because I like when shit like that is fucking, choreographed all the shit. That's why I want to watch that's why I like Megalobox so much. Which, it's not martial arts, yeah.
Yes, it is. What are you talking about?
I thought it's like...
Boxing is a martial art. What the fuck are you on?
Okay, alright, okay, yeah, okay.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Okay.
It's explicitly
Okay.
a hand-to-hand martial art. What?
Okay, my bad. When I think of martial arts, I think of the more like taekwondo or jujitsu. I don't think it's just. I don't think of boxing because no one references boxing as a fucking as a martial art. Like off the cuff, no one like only. Okay, my apologies.
Isn't
No,
kickboxing explicitly a mixed martial art?
I mean,
Yes.
but that's kickboxing.
Sure, but the reason why it's a mixed martial art is because base boxing is its own martial art.
No, I know that. Just like, no. Okay, hold on.
In fact,
I'm not saying
there are different martial arts in boxing too.
Wait, hold on. I'm not saying you're wrong. It's just like when you bring up martial arts, I feel like people. I feel like, and this is my feeling. I feel like people
think of Karate Man and not Rambo or not Rambo. What's that?
No, that
what's the one with Stallone? That's
yeah, right actor, wrong movie. Why am I forgetting?
Exactly. It's
oh my god. Rocky.
Yeah.
I'm still with you and get so mad.
But like, they're both martial arts, dude.
No, I'm not denying it's a martial art. Just like, don't call it a martial art. Like, no one ever references that. Like when you think of martial arts, you don't think of boxing, even though it's right. You don't.
I mean, I do.
I mean, I know you do, but your mind works weirdly. It's just like when if I told someone name a martial art, they're probably gonna say karate, taekwondo, jujutsu. They'll probably say fucking Brazilian jiu-jitsu and fucking Krav Maga before they say fucking boxing. Why are you?
They're idiots. I don't know what you want me to say.
Here's the thing though. If I brought up boxing, I don't think anybody would disagree that that's a martial art. It's just when you go to someone off the cuff, hey, what's a martial art? They're not gonna say boxing because I don't think people think of boxing when someone says martial art.
That's a shame because it's one of my favorite martial arts.
It's a lot of people's favorite. It's a very popular martial art.
I like kickboxing way less actually.
We're not talking about. Okay, we're getting off topic.
I like things that are restricted.
Anywho, yeah, you don't like sports, huh? Anyways,
I have never talked about sports in my life. I have never participated in sports.
Part of the reason we started the podcast late yesterday was because we talked about.
I don't know what you're talking about. We did not talk about sports.
Right.
I've never, ever. I don't know what sports are. What's a sport?
Sure you don't. All right, cool. Anyways, I mean, yeah, that's pretty much it. Like a lot of the things to talk about was in more the second half because the first half was kind of the first half.
The first half was missing a lot of the stuff that was supposed to be set up for the second half.
Yeah. Would you say we have officially talked about this story?
Yeah.
All right. I don't. I did not. I'm sorry for that moment of silence. I don't know what happened. I think we just took a sigh, just like, okay.